What up, fam? Okay, so today I'm gonna need everyone to just gather around. We literally have just so many things to discuss. Try to keep up. This is like super crazy, and of course, shout out to the people who literally have already been through this experience and were kind enough to post the information online or whatever it is. So, okay, bro. Even I am going to that part, be challenged to somehow get all this information across as clearly as possible. But, God is sort of divinely schizophrenic. So, again, just try to keep up. So, again, we're going to be discussing parasites and also etheric implants, which we just learned about. And possibly portals, because there's a lot just going on. So again, that part, it's just crazy stuff. That part I'll probably be bringing up portals because I may have accidentally walked through one like an idiot. Because again, I thought it was toxoplasma, but apparently no, it was possibly some type of portal where, bro, like, oh god, where that part where you can literally start like slipping in between realities and timelines if you go through one or stumble through one or whatever. So with that being said, the whole portal thing literally may be the reason some people are experiencing quote unquote Mandela effect, or they'll be like a complete different version of themselves. Literally, who knows, like they could turn into a different version of themselves literally just walking beside you, like y'all are walking together having a chill conversation, and you're on one side and they're on the other, and there may or may not be a portal there, and they just walk through it, and suddenly their whole demeanor, their whole energy, just everything changes. And again, some of these entities and things are obviously still on my energy. So, okay, yeah. So just bro, that part. And again, portals can somehow be used as like psychic attacks. So, I'm pretty sure we may have accidentally went through one, because that part, like, if you go through one, you can start hearing like unexplained noises and stuff. And I totally have been hearing just crazy noises. Like at first though, okay, hold on, fam. Okay, we're back. So again, portals can literally be used as psychic attacks and stuff. And again, just with the crazy noises like I've been hearing. Oh my gosh, like bro, like lights and stuff have been flickering. For me personally, it's almost kind of like I'm in like the upside down world or whatever. That's like a part of Stranger Things. So that too, like the being that is, I don't know, on my auric field and possibly my etheric field, or both. It's probably both, because just it's a lot of stuff. But right, it could totally be similar to the being from Stranger Things, but also like spider-like, because bro, I've been seeing spider webs everywhere, like. And again, we just learned all of this information, and that these beings and entities even existed, because just hello, I do my best to just believe in good. And I don't know, but God is like, no, my sweet child, you're just gonna have to I don't know, come to acceptance with, there literally are just nefarious beings of all types all over the place. So let's just get into etheric implants first, which are energetic forces that influence us by suppressing our frequency and attempting to hinder our success in different aspects of life. That part. And they're utilized by certain beings and entities that seek to tap into our energy fields and control our behaviors and siphon our energy. So they influence us in an inorganic manner. And that part, supposedly they can come about from like all of the emotions on the lower half of the emotional scale. So that part, and somehow create cracks in our auric field. So, just, oh boy, like crazy, because obviously I've been healing like my anger problem, but bro, totally had an anger problem. And yeah, and now I'm like trying to figure out, how do I express my emotions now without beings getting attached to me. Like, again, this is just stuff that I'm just learning about. Nobody seems to teach, especially the 9 ether beings, any of this stuff. And of course, this really does affect all the beings, period. But since I can somehow exist in 9 different ethers, I feel like it's important to mention to us. Again, you'll have to hold on and pause. Okay, yeah, I'm not even sure where I just left off, but something about anger problems and these beings attaching to like drama and trauma and stuff like that. So anyway, obviously I am healing every day, and again, the situation is for me and nothing is happening to me. I'm not a victim, and I will figure out a way to get these beings all the way off just all of my stuff, just in general. That too, though, the etheric implants, like that part, are caused by entity attachments. And again, they just need our energy. And they come in different parasitic forms. That part, somehow these beings left the God source light and, realized quick, fast, in a hurry that they needed an energy source because they no longer had access to the light, which is what I figured. And honest to goodness, one of the beings literally told me there was no God in them. So, that was fun stuff. That part. So for the most part, right, they realized humans are a direct God source energy, and if they can tap into our fields, they can sustain themselves. So, I'm just not here for it. And again, somehow, I don't know, but I just believe that they're also somehow attached to astral parasites. I mean, they have to be. Again, to me, they're all working together. Like even the physical parasites or whatever, like the ones that are in our body, how they all work together. I feel like these etheric and astral parasites definitely be banging out here. So yeah, just try to keep up, fam. It's a whole thing today. So right, the astral parasites are responsible for psychic attacks. So obviously the astral parasites and the portals are connected. Again, I would like to state I was not trying to open any portals or anything. Like, I don't know anything about portals, so I personally was not trying to open a portal. However, the house that I mentioned in a previous video, it's pretty obvious that the 2 beings, because that as well, some people in the 3D act as carriers for astral parasites and possibly others. I don't know about the etheric ones or whatever, but definitely for astral parasites, they act as carriers. So right now, I believe, again, just because, I mean, we technically were getting, all types of clues and stuff from our astral team, but at the time, I was just so focused on minding my own business. I didn't give a shit about the people upstairs. I wasn't paying their rent. They were not paying mine. But that too, it became pretty obvious that part, that someone had to go, and so it was me. And again, I'm fine with it. I do not care. I could not be around whatever that energy. I mean, I couldn't even sleep. The energy just up above me was just absolutely just dark and twisted and nefarious and all types of things. So, it's crazy. Because that part, I guess I should mention that when I was in this house, I astral projected. I didn't, first of all, when I astral project, it happens by itself. Like, I don't have any intention of doing it when it happens. It just happens. And that part. So, and honestly, that was the last time that I can recall that I astral projected, because usually I remember every single time that I astral project, and it's only been a few times. Anyways, while I was in this house or whatever, and the crazy thing is, before I astral projected, excuse me, I was literally like talking about casting out an energy that I felt was around me at the time. So, I laid down and went to sleep, and then I astral projected, and I could hear these two above me. Oh, just, you know what I'm saying? Just that part, probably ritualizing dark sex magic. Because before I went to sleep, I was listening to, I forget the name of the Funkadelic or George Clinton song, the one where he's like, he was hard when he started, he's going to be hard when he's through. And, somehow, again, because I was astral projecting, I could literally hear them. I mean, they were just suddenly, they could do it all night or whatever. And there are some parasites, that physical parasites. Of course, it could also be some astral ones and some etheric implants or whatever that turn people into sex zombies. I just learned about this as well. Like, what? I didn't know that sex zombies existed. But essentially, these two beings literally started acting like absolute sex zombies. And again, I never physically touched these people. Never, never. So please keep this in mind. I just accidentally astral projected underneath whatever they were doing. And again, I did not astral project on purpose. But again, because people act as carriers for astral parasites, clearly some of their whatever it is got implanted on my astral body or my astral field. And so, we're doing, we're just utilizing everything that we can right now to get them off of me. Again, we're literally 30 years young, so I don't know everything. Again, I didn't even know these kind of beings existed. Like I kept saying, I didn't even know people could be so quote unquote evil or quote unquote wicked, especially to strangers and people they don't know. Like, what? That is absolutely insane to me. So, yes, I'm not even sure how to cap that all off, but that it just is essentially what is happening. And, again, I'm only sharing this knowledge and information because it's absolutely useful to people. Like, people need to know this because, again, all of the nefarious parasites, the many different types, the physical, the spiritual, the astral, whatever, bro. They literally are using, as I said, God's beings for ungodly things. And I can't with that. And also, just in case someone else is going through this with no idea what is happening to them, that's another reason that we are talking about this. Also, because this is the real spiritual warfare. So to my, what I'm saying, my melanated family or whatever who keep talking shit about the white man, that is not your enemy. Again, we need to get past this. That is not it. That's not it. So, all these people who keep talking, you don't know who your real enemy is and all this stuff. Do you know who your real enemy is? It's not them. They don't have this kind of power. And again, even these nefarious beings who keep attaching themselves to God's children, even though they're not a fan of God, they don't have any power either. They need your power because they don't have any. So again, I'm not a victim and I'm not here for it. And I'm going to get these beings off of me. And again, we're seeing spider webs and all types of stuff because, again, it's some type of alien spider thing or whatever. So that too, if anybody has any information about that could, help me remove them, that would be totally appreciated. And I understand, it's raised my frequency and vibrations and stuff like that. And so we're doing our best to do so. And also that as well. Like some of these things carry like the larvae of smoking, gambling, just all types of attachments and addictions that are not healthy. Because I'd love to bring that up as well. There are addictions that are perfectly healthy. everyone is really addicted to something, no matter what it is. So, I have to bring that up. So that too, nothing really is inherently good or bad or whatever. And I understand that I am like 51% responsible for this stuff. However, again, nothing is being done to me. I'm not being punished for something I didn't know. That part, I mean, yea, though, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I don't fear evil. Evil just can't do nothing to me. So, I had seen on one of the websites that I was looking at about this stuff, that they believe mental illnesses are a separate issue from these parasites. So I'd also that's all false news. That's not true. Just period, period, period. They cause they cause mental illness. They cause you to think false thoughts. They cause you to believe that something is happening to you and not for you. They'll cause you to believe that quote unquote God is doing this to you and punishing you, and there is no such thing as condemnation. And that as well, and again, if you are still connected to God's source light, then God is within you all the time. So to some of my teachers or whatever that I have been reaching out to, that part, I would just like to mention, it's not for you to come and save me. It is because I don't know anything about this, and you're a tad bit, more experienced than I am. So I'm just looking for knowledge, since knowledge is power. So, shout out Dr. B. Love you dearly. So again, if you could get back to me, that would be awesome. Because this is just crazy, 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 crazy stuff. And that too. And so, this thing with portals, by the way, let's go back to that. I don't even think any of them are good now, or of God. I don't believe God needs a portal for me to go through to get in touch with him. So, that part, like something about portals come about from people doing all types of nefarious rituals that are just, done with effed up intentions, because that as well, everything that we all do is a ritual, every single day. So again, I hope this video makes as much sense as possible and helps someone. And again, shout out to everybody who literally went through this stuff before I did. And so, again, I could never ever be alone. You could never ever be alone in whatever you are going through. So just, try to remember that, and, do your best to be the light and not beat yourself up for anything. I don't care what it is. Like, even this situation, that part, even me flipping out and getting angry about this situation with these two specific beings, I understand, but I'm not going to beat myself up for it, because I'm still having a human experience as a part of God's source. So just beating ourselves up is completely unnecessary. Thinking, again, thinking negatively actually comes from these beings. So, all this bullshit about, your brain was wired to automatically think, that's not true. There's nothing negative about God. There is no evil in God. That part. So just do your best to reprogram your brain, and that part, at least be aware of when you're experiencing manipulation, because that's a big huge tactic that most of these beings use. And I would just like to say, I'm pretty sure most of the beings that are in the government now are literally carriers for these beings. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I'll let you decide. I don't know for sure. So yeah, that's it, I believe, for today. Also, that part. So yes, again, while I was at this house, I was totally screaming, something about how I pretty much have become Professor X now. And, I had said something about, my evil twin. However, I meant in a scientifical, like, cosmo realm or whatever. And as per usual, I was talking to myself. I wasn't talking to them. I don't know why people are always in my freaking business. Again, of course, I do know why. It's because I'm popping, but, anyway, we just found out that part, supposedly, Professor X literally has a astral parasitic twin. So, I don't know. Just, I wanted to throw that in there, family. That part, take it easy. Travel as lightly as possible. Because that as well, they love to trick you into having hard feelings. And that's not, God doesn't have any hard feelings. Nothing is hard to God at all at that part, and nothing is impossible. God doesn't have any problems. There's no quote unquote war or battle or fight that God has ever lost. So, just again, that part. I'm living and learning, and I am learning that I will live forever and ever and ever. Peace, fam.